It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. On the Ravens sideline, a look at their head coach. His guys are lowly 2-4 over the last 6 weeks. And it is some sibling rivalry here. Across the way, younger brother Jim Harbaugh, coach of the Chargers. His guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kate Scott, along with Brock Heward. Kicker Cameron Dicker looks all set down there. And we're off in Inglewood. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
He can run it. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Complete Derrick Henry. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
A design run, Jackson keeping it. Give him a yard back on the play. Now it's 3rd and 10.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field, nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Jackson now on 3rd. Brought in right side. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, trying for the sticks with an option. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Set. Grenading. Grenade. Ready.
Catch is made. That's Trey Harris. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Hampton gets the handoff. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Set. Wide 80. Wide 80 hot. Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Hits his running back. Not a lot available to him. It's to the 38. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Go.
On 3rd down, Herbert. It's caught left side by Harris. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making a stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball, and that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
Dicker connects there. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, a little early momentum with that field goal.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. All set to go now from the 35. From the pistol, Henry. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position.
Set. Green 80. Green out. Black 80. Black. Set.
Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Justin Matabike making that stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
80. Green out. Green out.
Now Herbert to throw. Throw is there for Arondé Ganson. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
The third down give to Hampton. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up fourth down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a third and short stop.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2.
380. Good hunt. Delta. Hunt.
On fourth down, they snap it to Herbert. He's got it to his running back. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. So they come through with 6, and they're rewarded for going for it on fourth down. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Set. 380. Ready.
Wideouts getting involved with the ground game. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
380. Run. Go.
Herbert from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Lion. Set.
Herbert now to throw on third. That one's good to McConkey. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry.
Set. Delta. What is it?
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Set. Kappa. Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
He's got Hampton underneath. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. And we might see 3 points here on this opening play. The field goal unit is out. Dicker connects there. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
What a season this guy has had. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. His return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. Second among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He'll step up, and there he goes. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. And he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Motioning left is their running back. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Wester finds the football complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, here's Lamar. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Lamar's going to keep this one. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Jackson trying to sneak it. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and say these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers, but they show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. We'll call that one a gain of, let's say, 2 yards at 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Lamar now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
I feel so bad, I really do, and I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
On 1st down, Jackson took off with it again. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Working inside the red zone. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. But a short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal.
180.
Henry has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Offense is getting closer, but 2 yards left to figure out. It's 3rd and goal. Pressure coming. It's Jackson. He'll set up the screen for Henry. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens tie and can take the lead here in the second. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens take the lead on that successful kick. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we play through November, you can see that this hot start has continued. He's the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Set. 380. Green hot. Wide 80. Wide 80 hot. Green hot.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Ladd McConkey. And now they face 2nd down.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Set.
Herbert now off the play fake. Finds him over the middle. This is a nice gain. Nearly moves those chains. He's got it up to the 36.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Running it with Hampton. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Set. 380. Green hot. Set.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Kappa, kappa, kappa.
Hey, check.
Ready.
On the counter, it's Hampton. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game. In that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist and head the other way for a big run.
Please.
Ready.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Set. 380. Cut. Go.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Complete here to Hinton. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Four downs to get this across. Here's first and goal.
Set. 380. Cut. Cut.
They'll try with the wideout. Oh, the football's loose. The Ravens pick it up. Cuts it to the right sideline. Quick thinking and a great effort. Brock adds a bunch on that fumble return.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play no one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard, and it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble.
Set. Delta. Set. Set.
Back to throw, here's Herbert. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
380. Run.
Hey, that's your man. That's your man.
Set. Black 80. Home to troops right.
Switch.
Set.
Here he goes, third and long. That one connects. And he winds up a little short of that marker, but after getting 7 here, Brock, we might see them go for it on fourth down.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
So on fourth down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. It's a chip shot, this one straight ahead. Dicker connects there, and they've taken back the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Ravens taking over now on offense. Minimal time remaining in the half. With the time remaining, let's see if they can get this into field goal range. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Man in motion, headed right. On first and 10, it's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
From the gun, Jackson has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Jackson now on third. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series, and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for first and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Stays in bounds and makes the catch. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Go.
Looking to throw. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
The final throw before the break. Heaving for the end zone. So less than a field goal separating these teams after our first 2 quarters, as we throw to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
Our trip across the NFL starts now. In Glendale, the Cardinals at home to take on the Rams in the NFC West. Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Week 12 is here. After this weekend, 2/3 of the regular season will be in the rearview mirror. Let's get into the highlights. And this is the Cardinals quarterback. One of his 3 touchdown passes in the ballgame. He also added a rushing touchdown for good measure. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys. They're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's the elusive Jalen Hurts. He had it working every which way. This, a rushing touchdown. He also had 3 passing touchdowns. One last one to show you, and it's in Detroit. It's the Lions hosting the Chicago Bears. And this is Jared Goff. This'll wind up a touchdown. The Lions win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. And a look now at the rest of the action around the league here in week number 12. In the game you're watching, both teams making a strong case in this one, a 2-point differential at the break. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce into your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Delta, hut.
Now start on the ground. It's 4. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Herbert from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
On third down, Herbert. Went right, and that's intercepted. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On first down, they'll run. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Throwing the out route complete. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and it forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Jackson out of the gun on third. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Evan McPherson lining up the field goal try. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10.
380. Black 80. Black. Set.
Now an inside give to Hampton. He cuts it back right. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And that effort yields him about 3 yards there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
380. Run. Set. Built us up.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Into the hands of Harris on the slant. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like. about that amazing play.
Set. 380. Cut. Set.
Hampton gets it from the pistol. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Set. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Set.
Finds the in route complete. They get to him after a small pickup to the 35. Malachi Starks read that nicely. He makes the stop.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
They'll air it out on third. That one's good to McConkey. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And the Ravens make the recovery. Well, that, Brock, I think we all thought that they had connected on a touchdown there. Nobody expected to see him come in and force that fumble right as he was approaching the goal line.
Yeah, on one hand, an excellent play call. On the other, I got to give some credit to the effort of that defense. It was taken away all by the heart of one player to chase him down and never give up.
Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are...
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal.
You're not. Wide 80. Wide 80 hot. Ready.
Hampton has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal.
Set. 380. Go.
Here's another for him. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. It's a gain of a yard, but they needed just a couple more inches. Third down.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Delta. Set. Set.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a third-quarter lead. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Jim Harbaugh sticking with his offense. They're going for 2.
Crunch!
Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And they beat the defense with the throw and get 2 following the touchdown. Oh, it's a favorite of NFL teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant. It is so tough to defend that close to the goal line, and this time it works for 2.
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route.
Whoa.
When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. But you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, and it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Baltimore running its offense out now. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lamar off the play fake. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. You got one hand on it. He gets 2, it could have gone the other way.
Throwing again is Lamar. They'll set up the screen for Henry. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. That pass pulled in by Henry. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Fair catch made here at the 30. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. New set of downs for him from the 31.
Set. Black 80, black. What is it?
Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
Lion, lion, lion. Set.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Set. 380. Run. Set.
Herbert back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Set. 380. Run. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He has the 1st over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
380. Run. Ready.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Set. Delta, set. Go.
Herbert now. Short pass brought in. And this one does not go far. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. Third down here, need 8 on the play.
380. You're out. 380. You're out.
Third and long, they're gonna throw. Making the call himself. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in, not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
Big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Dicker connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Play fake, Jackson. He's keeping it. Jukes away from one. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Only need about the length of the football, maybe a touch more on his 2nd and inches. Jackson keeping it himself. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up. Looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. Here's Lamar on the sneak. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That's a short gain of 1. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. If you've got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. They get 22 out of that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
180.
From the gun, Jackson has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. Lamar now from the gun. All in left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Into the hands of Walker. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, that one right there was the ladder. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go back to Henry. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Chargers sending out a dime look here ahead of this third down. Walker going in motion left. Third and long for him here. Pass complete to Walker. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
Pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force fourth downs just as they did.
Kicked well, and this is good! And it pulls them back within one score here in the fourth.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Hampton gets the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Ford. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. They gain 11 on that play, and that's going to be good for an LA first down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. But they'll take that every single time.
Ford on the counter. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
It's Hampton on 2nd. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up, shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. 3rd down, and they need to get 10. Looking to throw. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate. That was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Completed over the middle. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ready. Sit up.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Finds his man over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Ravens down by 7. Time still to go here. This is 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Henry. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Here he is to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Desperation time here. It's complete. Play made by Bateman. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He'll look to throw it. Right side and into the hands of Bateman. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Setting up to pass. Hits him on the in route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. And they get up there and clock the ball. A little over 50 seconds now remaining. We're approaching 50 seconds to play. It's 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Going deep here for the end zone. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. 3rd down coming up.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Now to throw. Sends this to the end zone. And he brings it in. Touchdown! And a big decision coming up for him now. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. First call here coming from the shotgun.
380. Set.
Back to throw. A quick slant. Here's McConkey. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Set. 380.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Hits his running back. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining.
Black 80, black. Ready.
Herbert from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So it's all coming down to a try from Cameron Dicker. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. It has the distance, and it's on target. It's good! So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.